Have you ever put someone on the spot? This is one of those fun idioms that has actually an interesting historical origin. Pirates used to send the ace of spades to people, which put them on the spot. It's got a spot in the middle of it. Kind of looks like a target, sort of, if you use your imagination. It looks like a frame around someone. To put them on notice, to put them on the spot, that told them that they were slated to be killed. They were slated to die. So if you got an ace of spades from a pirate, you were going to die. You knew you were put on the spot, and you knew that in some time or future situation you would be killed by pirates. Not exactly a great position to be in. So in 1723, Jonathan Swift wrote a quote where he said, "If once they get you on the spot, you must be guilty of the plot." I like it because it rhymes and it's easy to remember. But what does putting someone on the spot mean? If you've been put on the spot, you know what it feels like. At least I know what it feels like. I'd imagine that most of us at some time in our life have been put on the spot. It means to cause someone embarrassment. It means to ask them a difficult or embarrassing question, or cause them some difficulty, or put somebody in an awkward position. You can think of a lot of different areas and aspects of our life where we have or may have accidentally or purposefully put someone on the spot. Sometimes when we're competing with someone, we taunt or aggravate or disrupt or disturb or irk or discombobulate, and a whole lot of other ways of describing it. But we find ways to get them off balance, put competition on notice. I was watching a show the other day where their one coach was constantly be berating or challenging or asking embarrassing questions or making embarrassing comments and innuendos to the other team to try to get them to be nervous and get discombobulated so they wouldn't play as well against them. In relationships, have you ever asked someone out or been asked by someone out that you just didn't want to be asked out by, and they did it in a way or in front of other people that really put you on the spot and made you uncomfortable? In business, have you ever been set up by your boss or someone else in the organization to take the fall or the responsibility or a really tough assignment that you might not have felt like you wanted to take or were ready for? Remember, in one of my early jobs in my career, I was hired by an organization where I was the only woman manager in the organization. The only one. Actually, the only woman that worked in the company, with the exception of a secretary. And we both happened to have the same name. We were both Sharon, which was pretty interesting. But soon after being hired there, I was put on the spot and asked to coordinate a huge family company party, probably because I was the only woman. So for the manufacturing division of this company, I was asked to set up and manage and do a project to manage this party, which I gotta tell you was totally outside my area of experience or expertise. I'm an engineer, so I guess I could do projects. I just treated it like a big project planning thing, but I really felt like I was put on the spot and expected to pull off this party as a test of, kind of because I was the only woman there. So, and other department heads told me that's why I was made to take on that assignment, which I thought was very interesting. Kind of thing doesn't happen, at least I hope not as much nowadays, but it did back when I was starting out my career. In school, did a teacher ever ask you a tough question? Or were you teaching people something or wanted to teach your kids a lesson and ask them a tough question, put them on the spot, hold them accountable and responsible for something they have said and done? Now, putting somebody on the spot in a negative way isn't anything I would recommend to grow and supersize your business, but holding people accountable and responsible for their actions is definitely a positive way to use this expression, this idiom. Of course, we don't want to mark anyone for death, but we do want to let them know what we expect and that they need to live up to our expectations if they're going to be a part of our organization. So I would love to know your experience with this particular idiom or expression. Have you used, hey, I hate to put you on the spot, but, because whenever we say, I hate to put you on the spot, but that's exactly what we know we're doing. And it negates the fact that we think we're not doing it on purpose, because it tells the person right up front, hey, I'm putting you on the spot. Right now, I'm putting you on the spot and I'm holding you accountable. I want you to do business with me, or I want you to buy this or do this or whatever. Probably not the best way to approach many situations, although infrequently used strategically, it can be a way to get things done. All right, share in the comments below if you've been put on the spot. I'd love to hear some of those stories. Otherwise, go out and have an absolutely amazing day. And I will be with you tomorrow with another interesting leadership idiom. What does it mean? Where does it come from? How might you use it in your business and your life? We just have a few more days of our leadership idioms, so I'm excited to keep working on those. Have an amazing day, and I'll, of course, be with you tomorrow.